NBA fans, welcome back. Look, let's talk about the Sixers. Let's talk about the Nuggets game. Let's talk about the fact that Joel Embiid absolutely dominated Denver's pony boy, Nikola Jokic, but yet the bench continues to struggle, as always, for as long as I live, and Bones Highland comes in, basically, a local kid, sort of, from Wilmington, Delaware, so I understand it, comes in and absolutely destroys the Sixers in the fourth quarter. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get this thing going. It's not going to be super long. It's not going to be this crazy, detailed, analytical Denver Nuggets nerd video, but I am going to shit on your boy Nikola Jokic real quick, Denver. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. I love Nuggets fans for a couple of reasons. One, because I feel like they don't really watch basketball, and that kind of makes me laugh, because all they do is make up random analytics to say that, oh, this player is better than player B, when in reality, it's all very, very phony statistics. I'm not saying analytics in general are not a good stat to go to, because of course sometimes they are, but the moment you start breaking out LeBron or Raptor, whatever the hell that shit is, that's where I start, having a problem with it. And when it comes to Denver, they love the whole plus-minus thing. And if we want to talk about plus-minus between your boy Nikola Jokic and the future, this year, 2022 MVP of Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic had a -9 for the night. Yikes. Didn't play well in the second half at all, completely outplayed. And Joel Embiid had a +2 on the court and also had, I think, 12 more points while both of them were on the court together. Embiid had literally the easiest looks of the night when Jokic was guarding him. And I love this whole, but Nikola Jokic is a top 10 perimeter pick-and-roll defender in the NBA. No, I'm done. I've seen enough from Nikola Jokic on the defensive side to continue to laugh at that side of the court. Is he improved comparatively to his previous seasons in the NBA? Yeah, because he's not 315 pounds and fat and out of shape as much as he used to be. But the dude's still not a good defender. He's still not a good defender. And Joel Embiid is an absolute elite defender. And I love Nuggets fans because they will go on to say that Nikola Jokic has 3 game-winning blocks, that he's the most clutch defender in the NBA. But tonight he was not. And the legitimate case of saying that I have been on all year long saying Joel Embiid is the most clutch defender in the NBA shines true again tonight with that block on whoever it was. I think it was Monty Morris or Bones Highland or Will Barton, whoever it was, that he pinned up against the glass after getting his 5th foul. Which leads me into the fact that the NBA referees tonight were utterly horrible. I mean, some of the worst officiating I've seen in the entire season. And I never make videos talking about how bad NBA officials are. I never, ever do. But tonight is the exception because they single-handedly took the Sixers out of the game on multiple runs and on multiple occasions. And that is just disgusting. And you're going to see all of these Nuggets fans and every other fan base lately saying that Joel Embiid is a foul merchant and that James Harden is a foul merchant. I understand James Harden at times. I understand why people hate him. I don't really love watching him play basketball. I don't really love James Harden. I think he's a fabulous player. He is a generational player, and I love that he's on my team, but I understand why other teams don't like him, because I never used to like him. Now I kind of have to, and I do. But Joel Embiid, there's absolutely no reason to dislike what he does, because what he does every single night is just play better than your favorite player. He went 11 of 20 tonight, 9 of 10 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3. He had 34 points and 9 rebounds. And the craziest thing is he had, 2 blocks too. But the craziest thing is he had 5 personal fouls, and I would say at least 3 of them were just not the right call. And yet, the guy goes to the line 10 times, and Jokic goes to the line despite, I just don't think Jokic has ever gotten actually fouled, because that man is so soft that you cannot be surprised that he only puts up, he went 5 of 7 from the free throw line, but that man is not. And people are going to complain about him not getting the calls that Embiid gets because, first of all, he doesn't play the same. He's not aggressive. He's very, very soft around the rim. He's a great finisher, but he doesn't fight through contact the way that Joel Embiid does. If anything, Jokic got calls tonight that were just not fouls. Not fouls. And the one thing that Nuggets try and say is, that Matisse Thybulle block on Jokic in the second quarter was supposed to be a foul. That's one play. And second of all, he got his hand and ball. And if you specifically look at the NBA rule book, as long as you swat the ball, you can hit their hand. That is an okay. That's a legal thing to do. So again, Mr. Basketball Nerds, how about you open the manual up since you love the math so much behind the game? I am irate that the Sixers lost this game because I want Embiid to win the MVP more than anything in this world. because if I can't get a championship, I at least want Joel Embiid to be recognized as the most dominant player in the NBA, because he is. He simply is. There is nobody on any team that can guard him. And Embiid can guard Jokic, and he proved it tonight, man. Embiid outshined, outplayed, out offensively played, out defensively played, every single aspect to the game of basketball. Joel Embiid dominated Nikola Jokic tonight, and there's nothing you can do to tell me otherwise. And even if you're going to break into your little sabermetrics, since you love that so much, you're still going to see Embiid won that too. And I know this is a one-game sample size, but I mean, this is what everybody and everyone else wanted. The matchup between the two Titans. And it was very obvious by the end of the night which dude is the better player. Let's be real, guys. And not even coming from a Sixers bias, just as an NBA fan who likes to watch basketball, Joel Embiid was the best player on the court at all times. I mean, you look at the Nuggets' run in the fourth quarter, it was without Nikola Jokic. It was with DeMarcus Cousins and Bones Highland. And you're going to see all of these Nuggets content creators and fans on Twitter say, oh, but if Jokic had the supporting cast that Embiid had, oh my God, they would be amazing. They would have like 60 wins by now. The bench was a very, very obvious differential tonight. It was like 50 points to like 11. To even compare the two depth rosters are, it's insane to me, because the Denver Nuggets have substantially more depth than the Philadelphia 76ers. It just goes to show you how little basketball other fan bases watch of Sixers games. And that's okay, because I don't go and watch every Nuggets game. Have I seen a couple Nuggets games here and there because I'm enamored, I should say, with the game of Nikola Jokic? Yeah. And was I very much aware before tonight that the Denver Nuggets are a much deeper, much better shot-creating team than the Philadelphia 76ers? Yeah. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. The Sixers need James Harden to be way more aggressive. George Niang, I don't know what the hell that last 5 seconds of the game was, but I'll forgive you because I love you and you play awesome basketball. But you need to hit that three, or at least not clank it off the side of the backboard. And then let's not go for a 2 with 3 seconds left in the game down by 3. Mathematically, that's not going to work out for you. The Sixers struggled. Tobias Harris has looked a lot better ever since I made a video saying Tobias Harris is the worst player of all time. So maybe I should just start doing that on every Sixer. Say how bad every single Sixer is, because the next game they'll come out and break out of their slump that has been season long. So there are good news and bad news. I mean, the fact that Bones Highland hit 4 threes in the fourth quarter and finished the game with 21 points, I should say, with a plus-minus of 16. That's not going to happen again if we play them. We left him wide open throughout the entire night. Every single time he shot the ball, he was absolutely wide open. The Sixers win this matchup 9 times out of 10, and I'm not very worried about the Denver Nuggets. 1, because they're in the Western Conference, and 2, because I just think the Sixers are a much better team. We match up well against them when we're playing at full strength and when we're playing well. Sixers just so happened not to play great tonight. Matisse Thybulle had a phenomenal game. Phenomenal game. Again, that's what happens when I bet on a player to have over 4 points in a game. Drop 0 points, so the next game he has 9 points in the first quarter. Thanks, Matisse. You couldn't have done that for me yesterday. I mean, if you did that for me yesterday, I would have won $150. But instead, no, I lose 25. I appreciate you, Matisse, but I do love you because he had 6 steals tonight. He had a couple blocks. How many blocks? 2 blocks, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, 9 points, plus-minus of 16. It was best on the team tonight. I loved it. Tobias Harris, 10 points. Not great. Not great. But we're going to need a little bit more out of you, but at least he didn't shoot the ball a ton. Tyrese had a very, very good game. I love Tyrese Maxey. Again, if the NBA didn't have this agenda against Philadelphia, I think some fouls would have been called in our way because we deserved them. We got hacked basically the entire second half. And if it wasn't completely blatant, like the J. Michael Green destruction of Joel Embiid's face and hip and lower thigh, then they weren't getting called. The fact that J. Michael Green got a flagrant foul and Denver Nuggets fans were complaining about that shows me the IQ in the Mile High City. I guess it's a lot harder to be intelligent when there's less air. It makes sense. This is probably the angriest video I've ever made. I hope you enjoy. Peace out, guys. Love you.